My prayer for you is that you will know the thrill of living in God's will. As a kid growing up in the hill country of Texas, I would frequently hear it said, "There's no more exciting place to live than in the center of God's will." That's really true. Now, the center of God's will can make for a wild ride. There are times when it's calm and placid, and other times when it's tumultuous. Being faithful in the midst of His will in both of those settings is part of what it means to be alive in Christ Jesus. I'm standing with a good friend and a special friend of the life of Trinity Baptist Church, Jaime Puente. Jaime helped us as a Trinity family to envision the ministries at a most unique church campus called Tri-Point. We are one church with 3 campuses right in the heart of San Antonio, Texas, with a reach around the world. And grateful that Jaime came to us at a key time to envision what this relationally based campus was to be like. But last fall, Jaime then went back to a home area in California. He's lived in the LASA connection. And when he returned to California, God had another path for him to travel in His service of Him. Though he returned to a group of well-respected friends and colleagues, and it would be natural for Jaime to have stepped into some old responsibilities, Jaime sensed there was a new center of God's will for his life. Jaime, tell us some of what that was like for you.
Yeah, as soon as we got back to California, immediately we started conversations, or I was invited in some conversations about coming on staff at a church. And because of the Tri-Point experience, I knew that I needed to step out of that and get more in the marketplace, still doing ministry, but more through a different template. And a production company was started, and we just jumped both feet in, didn't look back. But the interesting thing is, as soon as we, walking away from San Antonio and from Tri-Point was a big deal. It was a time of soul searching for us. How do you walk away from something that you saw when it was just an empty 60,000 square foot facility to this amazing $5 million build out? But really sensing a strong pull to go back. As soon as we got there, went through probably will go down as one of the toughest situations. I saw a very, very close friend get falsely accused of something legally, be handcuffed, beat up in jail. Since then has been exonerated, but was a very trying time and really questioned our move and did we make the right choice. Internally inside, I knew that Tri-Point had taught me something, to just stay the course, see something through, not knowing that about 4 months later we'd be part of a national video contest that led us to win the National Doritos Super Bowl contest.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
I mean, the national vote, the most effective commercial during the biggest TV spot of the Super Bowl.
It was voted by 3,000 ad agencies as the most recalled commercial. The CEO of Doritos personally said it was his favorite. We got more votes for that spot than any of the other 4 years leading up to this combined.
Wow.
So I led the whole viral marketing campaign again, not knowing. And what it did is it really put us in front and center into a lot of amazing conversations, even to this day, where we are now interacting with very, very well-known studios, directors, and producers, all because of this instinct and this sense of following God's voice. Everyone told us we were nuts. Everyone told us we would not have jobs. People are moving from California to San Antonio, to Austin and Dallas. And so, I mean, naturally we had some connections there, but
it was God's leadership in your life.
Absolutely.
Put you in the middle of His will.
Absolutely. And so we're having a blast, but we're also excited to be part of the
And I remember when we came up with the theme for Tri-Point.
Yeah.
A center for life.
Yeah.
No more exciting place than to live life than in the center of God's will. From my friend Jaime and the story of his search and his discovery of the next application of God's will for his life, know too that God has this promise just for you.